Alright, this is my video on geological hazards about the Whakaari volcanic eruption. So the eruption was on Whakaari, which is in New Zealand. It is also known as White Island, which is about 50 kilometers off the mainland of New Zealand. There are eruptions on Whakaari every 3 to 5 years. The specific volcano that erupted is a marine stratovolcano, given its steep sides and high viscosity. And because it's so frequent, there's so many frequent explosions, is because it is a part of the Pacific Ring of Fire. The eruption occurred at 2:11 p.m. on a Monday, on December 9th, 2019. The whole event lasted for a short period of time. The ash plume rose 12,000 feet into the air. The initial jet velocity was 600 meters per second, and 20 out of 47 people on the island died during this event. Alright, so the whole process of this explosion was a building up over time. One geological professor described it as plumping. So magma inside of the volcano cools and forms crystals, and this makes the walls of the volcano thicker, which compresses the vapor inside of the volcano. That vapor is created from water and sediments from the ocean leaking into the magma pool. And then all of that gets heated up when magma rises from the mantle or the hot spot that the volcano is on top of. After a while, this pressure builds and builds and builds, and the heat causes the gases to expand and burst. And the explosion is so powerful that it literally tears the magma apart as it exits the vent. And then as the magma cools, it forms ash. So these are some of the hazards specifically of stratovolcanoes. The hot gases can reach up to 800 degrees Celsius or 1,472 degrees Fahrenheit. It can sometimes reach even 2,000 degrees. Falling rock and debris from the explosion that shot pieces of earth thousands of feet into the air. Pyroclastic flow, which is all of the gases and ash flowing down the volcano. This is what happened on Pompeii thousands of years ago. The other hazard is the toxic gases that are created, specifically CO2 and SO2, and the combination of those makes a fatal gas. So the way to prevent accidents, so the way to prevent the loss of life is to just not go. Most of the people on the island, actually all the people on the island were tourists. Nobody lives on that island. Nobody really needed to be on the island, but lives were lost because a tourist company wanted to make money. This picture in the background, you can see this dark line underneath. That is the only visible part of the island. The rest of it is completely covered in burning ash and toxic chemicals. So there is nowhere. If you are on the island, there is nowhere to go. So don't go. The only other solution I could think of is to stay a faraway distance. This picture was taken by somebody who was on a boat looking at the island, and they were the only ones who were possibly safe. But even then, they were also still in danger because there's falling rocks which could still hit somebody. Those rocks were blown thousands of feet in the air and they could go anywhere. And that is my video. Thank you for watching.